Hey, welcome back. So today, we're going to talk about something really interesting. What if I told you that some of your weirdest habits, the things you might even be a little self-conscious about, aren't flaws at all? What if they're actually secret signs that you're highly intelligent? Just think about it for a second. Do you ever catch yourself muttering out loud while you're trying to figure something out? Is your desk a pile of what some might call chaos, but you know exactly where everything is? These are the kinds of quirks we're usually told to fix. But maybe, just maybe, they're a sign your brain is just wired a little differently, in a good way. All right, let's get right into it. We are going to unpack 7 of these seemingly odd habits and look at the surprising reasons why they might just be connected to a seriously sharp mind. First, we're going to start with the habits that are all internal. The stuff that's going on inside your own head that might feel a little strange from time to time, but is actually pretty powerful. Okay, first up, the big one, talking to yourself. And let's be clear, if you do this, you are not going crazy, not even close. In fact, you might be using a super high-level brain tool without even realizing it. So what's really going on here? Well, it's not just random chatter. When you say something out loud, it's like, okay, first I need to do this, then that, you're actually forcing your brain to clarify its ideas. It helps you organize your thoughts, work through tough problems, and can even calm you down. It's almost like having your own personal assistant built right into your mind. All right, habit number 2. This one can definitely feel like a curse sometimes. Overthinking. We've all been there, right? Spending way too much time figuring out the perfect way to word an email. But for really intelligent people, this is also a gift. See, overthinking isn't just about pointless worry. It's about a mind that's always scanning, always looking for patterns and connections and better solutions. A smart mind doesn't just take things at face value. It wants to break them down, analyze them, and find a more efficient, a more optimized way to handle, well, everything. So that's what's going on inside your head. But how does all this intelligence actually show up in the real world? Let's move on to some lifestyle quirks that might seem a little unconventional, but are totally rooted in how a smart brain works. We've all heard the saying, a clean desk equals a clean mind. But what if that's not the whole story? For some of the smartest people out there, a little bit of clutter, what we'll call organized chaos, is exactly where the magic happens. Think of a messy desk not as a sign of laziness, but as the physical evidence of a mind that is just firing on all cylinders. It turns out a messy space can actually break you out of rigid conventional thinking. It fosters creativity and can lead to these totally unpredictable, awesome solutions. It's like your environment mirrors a brain that's just overflowing with ideas. Okay, how about this one? Are you a total night owl? Or do you ever wake up at like 3 in the morning with a brilliant idea? If so, you're in some pretty good company. Non-traditional sleep patterns are a classic trait among really creative and intelligent people. I mean, it makes sense, right? The quiet of the late night gives you this incredible, uninterrupted zone for deep focus. And that 3 a.m. aha moment? That's your brain making new connections while the rest of you is resting. If you look back through history, some of the greatest thinkers, guys like Nikola Tesla and Leonardo da Vinci, were famous for their bizarre sleep schedules. It just goes to show you, genius doesn't always run on a 9 to 5 clock. Let's switch gears to a social habit. Have you ever been stuck in a conversation about the weather and you can literally feel your energy draining away? If you felt that, you're not alone. A lot of highly intelligent people really dislike small talk. And the important thing here is that it's not about being rude or antisocial. It's about mental efficiency. For a brain that's hungry for stimulation, talking about surface-level stuff is just draining. But deep conversations, talking about big ideas, tackling challenging topics, that's energizing. It's like choosing between mental junk food and a gourmet meal for your mind. Now for our final section, we're going to look at habits that have to do with perception. This is all about how a really intelligent brain sees and processes the world in a much more intense, much more analytical way. So highly intelligent people are almost never satisfied with the answer, well, because that's just how we've always done it. They have this built-in driving need to question absolutely everything, rules, traditions, the whole status quo. And again, this isn't about being difficult for the sake of it. It's the absolute core of innovation. By constantly asking why, they get to the bottom of how systems work. They understand the real reasoning, and only then can they figure out how to build something better. Every single breakthrough in history started with somebody questioning the way things work. And finally, let's talk about sensitivity. Has anyone ever told you you're too sensitive? Well, it turns out that might just be a sign that your brain is processing way more information from your environment than the average person's. Think about it. When you're the one who notices the faint hum from the lights that everyone else tunes out, or you can walk into a room and immediately feel the emotional vibe, that's your brain on high alert. It's taking in and analyzing so much more data. So this isn't a weakness at all. It's a sign of a highly active, highly perceptive mind. So, after all that, let's bring it all together. It's time to embrace your inner genius. So let's do a super quick recap of these secret superpowers, shall we? We've got talking to yourself to organize your thoughts, overthinking to find better ways of doing things, being messy to spark creativity, having weird sleep patterns to catch inspiration, avoiding small talk to have deeper conversations, constantly questioning things to innovate, and having high sensitivity to just perceive more of the world. And that really is the main takeaway here. These habits, they are not things you need to be ashamed of or try to hide. They are powerful indicators of a brain that just thinks differently, processes things more deeply, and sees the world in its own unique, brilliant way. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Take a minute and think about your own so-called weird habits. Now that you've seen them in this new light, which one do you think is your personal superpower?